about instinct and what that means to you as a person?
Hi, my name is Josh, and I think instinct means the natural ability to adapt to whatever that she's adapting to. Thank you.
When you are designing your communities in your schools, how much does culture play an impact in how you design the schools and what you include into the design? Thank you.
Well, if it's a good building, it will be an expression of the community in which it lives. You know, your school will be very different than a school. We've done a bunch of schools in squatter communities in Mexico, and it has similarities to American schools, but it also has differences, which reflect the way the way that people view their environment, the relationship they have with their environment, the relationship they have between classes, the way that classes are taught, the way that, you know, that the different teaching environments you have to create, you know, might be different in different cultures because you're educating people to be part of different cultures, you know, so there might be an emphasis. I've done schools which have added an agricultural component and integrated, you know, gardens into the playgrounds. I've had schools which have a technological component, even though they're in the middle of Mali, in Africa, and they had, the most important thing was to be connected so they could have conversations with MIT from Mali, you know. So, you know, it depends the priorities and the culture. The culture is very important because it's reflected, and it's also reflected in the way the building looks. Does it look like a colonial building because it's a kind of state and, you know, kind of original, you know, like the culture, you know, wants to stay the same and things like that? Is it modern looking and wants to look towards the future and say, you know, we are the future and we want to be different? But sometimes it's best to start out by figuring out where you know something and figure that out and then begin to say, you know, what do I know about my school? What can I do about my school? And then you become kind of an expert at your school, and you can take that knowledge and apply it to somewhere else. So I want to know more about your community. Is the school for you guys like a safe haven from the community and things like that? Is it part of the community and you're wanting it to be more part of the community?
Our school is very diverse. It has a lot of different cultures, and school is like a place that you can come learn, hang out, have fun, and then just go home with something that you learned. Thank you.
So, Westmount Charter, what's your ideal classroom? It sounds like it might be different than what South Plantation is saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi there. Well, already Westmount is in an older building, so we don't exactly have portable classrooms. So, I mean, something like that would be better, and our building is actually, we have asbestos in it. So, ideally, we'd like to have something that's safer for the students. Really, something that we've been looking at is sustainable buildings. So buildings that run on solar power and can sustain their own environment without having to rely on other electrical sources, or even cultivate rainwater, for example.
Well, my ideal classroom doesn't necessarily have to be just a classroom. It can have other things in it too. So since our learning is more discussion-based and it's different, classrooms don't have to be just a bunch of desks in a row. They can be like desks in a circle, or even like this, computers all in a straight line, or even have like oval-shaped areas where you can sit and talk.
Since we have just a few seconds here, I was just wanted to say a couple things. One is, it seems like you're suffering from a problem that I have with high school students that I don't have with elementary school students when they design schools, that you guys are letting some of the practicalities of experience of growing up get in the way. So like I was thinking about Florida, you guys are immediately assuming that windows can't be had because the room will be hot. But modern design allows you to have windows and rainwater catchment, all these things. And even in Florida, where we build schools in Houston, and we include, you know, beautiful light. They're all naturally lit. So you guys should, I would challenge both schools to just actually, when you first start envisioning, put everything you want. Don't cramp yourself with what's not possible, and then go through a process of editing as a group and research, figuring out what works and what doesn't, so that when you end up, will be driven by vision and not by practicality, because that's what the great design comes out of: vision and experience, you know, and insight.